place reminds me of Santa's workshop. Except it smells like mushrooms and everyone looks like they want to hurt me.
Live from Joe's mom's basement, it's the Stacking Benjamin Show. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug, and well, friends, we made it to the week of Black Friday, better known as Shop Till You Drop Day, Buy Until You Pass Out Day, or my personal favorite, it's socially acceptable to act like you're foaming at the retail mouth day. With all the big deals, we welcome to the microphone from bfads.net, Brent Shelton. Of course, we also have fresh headlines, read an actual letter from our listener, and throw out the Haven Lifeline to a lucky caller. And now, two guys who will be the first in line at Dunkin' Donuts for their deals, Joe and O-G.
Donuts.
Ever had a Hertz donut?
Oh, you're so funny. That's so crazy. Where'd you learn that? Second grade?
It's a dad joke. I use it on my kids all the time.
Dad. Hey, welcome back to Monday. I am Joe Salci, Average Joe Money on Twitter. By the way, if you're following us on Twitter, it's S. Benjamin's Cast to follow this crazy podcast where we have sound clips and lots of goofiness, OG.
Maybe I should get me a Twitter.
Wouldn't that be special? I don't know.
I think I'm scared about having a Twitter for OG because I'm afraid of only having like 2 followers.
That's all right. They're both mom
and Doug.
Mom and right.
I don't even know you'd follow me.
Probably not. I'm sorry. I can't go following everybody. Yeah. I mean, why you want me to do that? But you know what I will do is tell you that if you want a better way to invest, OG, you got to check out M1 Finance because they've completely rethought how online brokerages should work to make investing enjoyable, convenient, and low cost. The way it works is you build an investment portfolio by specifying what percentage of your money you want to go into certain investments. After a couple minutes it takes to set up everything, you just deposit money. It's easy as a savings account. M1 automates all the buying and selling to put all your money in your portfolio to work with the correct allocation, even using fractional shares so you can wring out every penny. Love that. StackingBenjamins.com/M, the number one finance. Be invested. By the way, if you use code StackingBenjamins the first year of M1 Finance's services, it's free just because you know us. How great's that?
It's good to know people.
Thanks to HelloFresh.com for supporting Stacking Benjamins. Receive $30 off your first week of deliveries when you head to HelloFresh.com. Use offer code STACKING30. That's STACKING30 for $30 off your first week of deliveries. How about that? I know you're going to shop till you drop, OG.
I will be with all of those folks in spirit.
Brent Shelton, as he does every year here in Stacking Benjamins, kicking off our Black Friday week coverage. He's waiting upstairs, talking to Mom right now. I'm sure they're scouring the deals as we speak. But first,
you get the big newspaper and you got to go through every single section.
Right. We got the headlines first, so let's move.
Hello, darlings. And now it's time for your favorite part of the show, our Stacking Benjamins headlines.
And our first headline is talk about the opposite of spending money. How about making some money so you can spend it? Yeah, this is by Patrick Culp and Mashable. This made its way around the web quite a bit. Did you see this story about buying stuff at Walmart and selling it on Amazon nets this guy millions of dollars?
I saw it because you sent it, and I remember you writing nets is a strong word.
Yeah, because did you read the piece? He doesn't really net millions, but it is an interesting.
Net hardly anything.
No, he nets $60,000, which if
I guess that's something. Okay.
Yeah, but if you're bringing in $8 million, if you're moving his business is on track to pull in $8 million by the end of this year.
$8 million of revenue.
Yes. He says, though most of the money is going to be reinvested back into the operation, his own salary comes out to $60,000.
That's a lot of squeezing for not a lot of juice.
But this is interesting. You know, people don't understand this idea of arbitrage, right? Where you take one price thing and sell it for something else. Deacon Hayes was on last Monday. Remember, he talked about that's what he did. He'd go to garage sales and then sell the stuff later on eBay and made money that way.
There's a lot of different ways to do that. I mean, you can even look at things geographically diverse, right? A lot of times people up north, for example, want to buy vehicles from down south, used cars, because maybe they haven't been as exposed to, the salt and snow and that sort of thing. So there's some arbitrage opportunities and that sort of stuff as well.
Gentleman's name is Ryan Grant. He said he simply browses the store at Walmart, smartphone in hand, comparing the price tags to those listed in the Amazon seller app to gauge potential profits. He then uses Amazon's fulfillment service to ship items in bulk at cheaper rates afforded by the online shopping giant. It basically walks around Walmart reselling their stuff on Amazon.
Bet you Walmart really likes that.
I'm sure they're very, very happy that there's a whole article here on Mashable. Nobody reads Mashable, thank goodness.
Yeah. Never heard of it.
Walmart's been doubling down on efforts to challenge Amazon's dominance of American e-commerce in recent months, with its network of hundreds of stores playing a central role. But there's still clearly enough of a difference between the two business models to make for some major arbitrage opportunities. Once again, not sure it's major.
$8 million of revenue
for $60,000.
Which would be fine if it was totally passive, right?
Yes. But it seems like, if it weren't $60,000 and we're in a full-time job where he had a bunch of employees, seems like you could do this on a smaller scale. It's like a side gig, though.
Yeah, maybe only bring in $4 million a year.
Right. Well, pay down your credit card debt by doing this, or pay for your next trip with cash, whatever it might be. Bring in a little walking around money.
60 grand's a little walking around money.
Yeah, that's
a little folding money.
Yeah, but man, that's this gentleman's a 28-year-old former accountant.
That explains a lot.
This is way more fun than accounting. We'll link to this on our show notes at stackybenjamins.com. And in our second headline, this comes to us from Money Tips, written by Kirby Thomas. Can I buy life insurance on sale? This is an interesting story because it says everywhere you look, you see announcements, signs, banners, and flashing lights promoting a momentary lowering of the cost for just about everything. But we never see that about life insurance. And luckily for us, we've got an expert we can turn to. Yaron Ben-Zvi from Haven Life joins us. Hey, Yaron, welcome back, man.
It's good to be back.
Why don't you guys ever give us a 30% discount on insurance? Come on, you're just trying to rip me off. Isn't that what's going on?
No, actually, quite the opposite. I will say you will find that prices for life insurance may go up and down over time, and in fact, they do. So carriers are actually all the time moving their prices to be competitively priced and to keep up with what others are doing. But you're not going to find that fire sale that you might find in retail or in some of the other industries where, one person is all of a sudden lowering the price temporarily on something for 20 or 30%. And there's a number of reasons for that. A lot of them are really regulatory related.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm sure regulators would have a real problem with you guys switching up your insurance cost.
Yeah, that's right. And in fact, if you think about how it happens in other industries, right, it's a particular store might put a product on sale and they want to bring you into that store, and that's why they're doing it. Here, regulations really require that for any given product, the same price be charged no matter who's selling it and no matter where it's being sold. One of the good things about that as a customer is if you're buying a particular policy, you know that it's not like you can get it somewhere else for a different price.
Right. So in terms of shopping, I'm not worried about time of year. I'm not worried about buying it Black Friday week. I can, I guess, shop with a little more confidence.
That's right. And that's not to say that prices might not change in
the
future, because
right.
prices may go up or down. But you can shop with confidence that it's not like you're missing out on some great deal that somebody has.
I know this is, for you particularly, just knowing a little bit about your story, Yaron, this is a frustration you had, was that finding insurance that, I guess, the price tag kind of matched what you got was a frustration. Isn't that correct?
That's right. Yeah. I think just understanding the pricing and how it works was really my frustration. And so we really try to make it easy for people with Haven Life and really give them transparency into their pricing in terms of, just helping them understand why they got it charged a certain way. And oftentimes what you see with where pricing gets complicated with life insurance is that people will quote you their best rate up front, and maybe you don't get that once you go through underwriting. So that's really the pain point that we're trying to solve with Haven Life.
I know you guys are big on the technology front. While I have you, can you share nobody listens to the show, Yaron. Can you share with us any exciting developments that are on the board for 2018?
Well, I can share some exciting things that are we actually just launched, which is we actually put out our first mobile app that customers can now, or non-customers even, can download from the App Store. You can also get it from our website. But basically, it's a protection-based application that you can put on your phone, and it does two things for you. One is it's a 911 app that can make 911 calls for you and actually sends your location data to first responders if you do have a 911 call, because that's a problem with calling 911 from cell phones. Oftentimes it's not included. And it also has a family locator function. So it's kind of a free, exciting way that we're trying to reach customers and potential customers moving forward.
I'm disappointed it doesn't have a put down that cheeseburger function.
That's coming next year, Joe. That's coming next year. My team wanted that in there, but I love cheeseburgers so much.
That's great. When you run the company, you get to cut those features. That's cool, man. Yeah, Yaron, thanks for hanging out with us for a few minutes.
It's great to talk to you again.
Thanks again to Yaron for stopping by. I think it's interesting, this idea of life insurance never being on sale. Sales on everything else, but when you live in regulator land, there's not going to be a sale.
The sale is when you magically have like really low cholesterol for a week. That's when you need to go get your life insurance. You lose like 10 pounds on like a crazy diet.
Go get it.
You're like, time to get it.
That's right. Yeah. Well, you've decided to lay off the donuts for 3 days. I think our lessons are, number one, create your own sale when you're buying your life insurance by living a healthier lifestyle. But number two, looking for opportunities. There might be one in the Walmart aisle. Might be one.
There's always money in the banana stand.
Right in front of you. Brent Shelton is a gentleman who has graced the show with his presence the last few years. He is with
but has never graced the show with presence.
No. Why does he talk about these deals and he never ever brings us anything, My favorite
Prove to us how great these deals are.
My favorite Brent Shelton deal was the inflatable hot tub that you could take to like football game tailgates and stuff. How great life would be if I had my inflatable hot tub. We'll see if Brent can beat it this year. What crazy, wacky, and fun deals are there going to be this Black Friday? Brent Shelton from bfeds.net coming down to the basement. And Brent Shelton coming back down to the basement. I can't believe it's been a year, Brent.
I know. Time travels so fast, especially as we're getting closer to Black Friday. It seems like my 24-hour days are more like about 6-hour days.
No, they totally do. Well, especially for you, because I know that you're a hot commodity this time of year, talking to people the same stuff you're talking to us about where all the deals are. Let's talk about first, though, how's this Black Friday going to compare to the last Black Fridays?
I think it's going to be pretty similar. We've got the stores closing on Thanksgiving, quite a few of them. I always tell reporters, keep in mind that there's a whole staff working on Thanksgiving for online and mobile shoppers. So, don't feel too sorry or too great for them.
Right.
But it looks like, for some of the big stuff, I think that you're talking with others about, TVs, laptops, tablets, the big stuff, consumer electronics is still the big draw. But, there's a lot of really good hidden savings as well.
You're right. Well, Bridget Carey from CNET on. You guys are like the 1-2 punch. She'll be here Wednesday. But let's talk about just some of the quirky stuff first. I guess Star Wars with, of course, the new movie coming out. Star Wars is hot this year, Brent?
Yeah, they've been hot the last few years, and they're not losing any steam at all. We're looking at well over 300 Star Wars deals, and that's just in the ads alone. And that's not counting like all the different colors and sizes and that kind of thing. These are just independent, different kinds of products. That's a lot of products.
I think my favorite one is this one from Half Price Books that you showed me, this square Star Wars plate set. Like if I can get a Star Wars plate set, my life is definitely moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and they're kind of cool too. They're like super retro. They're illustrated. They've had some effect. There's 4 plates. They're all different colors. And yeah, it'd be kind of, for the right people coming over that you're entertaining. And then if you add on top of that, GameStop has, they call them Star Wars Geeky Tikis. big, tall tiki glasses that you put like Mai Tais in. So imagine drinking Mai Tai with Chewbacca on the front. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, now you get all your super nerd friends together. You're having a fiesta.
Yeah, and you can put the Star Wars Mr. Potato Head right in the middle of the table for, some engagement. JCPenney's has 30% off that item, and that's kind of cool. I don't know if you had a Mr. Potato Head when you were younger, but I did, and they're kind of neat.
I did, but you know what happened? I don't know if this happened to yours. We ended up always losing half the pieces, so Mr. Potato Head never had any of the eyebrows because they were just gone.
Yeah, well, so imagine losing some of the pieces to the Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon. It's their special edition. There's over 7,500 pieces.
Oh.
It ships. It weighs 22 pounds.
Oh, my God.
And it goes for an insane price tag, $800.
$800. But it could be yours.
That will not be on sale.
Yeah, shocker there. I'll bet something like that, though, that stuff sells out, doesn't it?
It's already sold out. They're saying that it might be available in Lego stores as we get closer to Thanksgiving weekend.
Wow. Unbelievable. Well, let's talk about, so we've got a JCPenney deal. We've got a half-price books deal with the Star Wars plate set. We've covered GameStop. What are some of the other stores doing out there?
For Star Wars?
No, just for anything. What crazy stuff? You always have. I think the craziest fun thing you've ever brought to me was the blow-up hot tub. Anything like that?
Well, there are some silly toys. Of course, I saw on Amazon yesterday Santa Pull My Finger doll.
Of course. And who doesn't need one of those?
Yeah, and then Walgreens, of course, has a selection of those annoying sound-activated holiday characters. When you walk by, they make a noise or sing a Christmas carol, or your cat will sound it off in the middle of the night. Well, one of my favorites, Spencer Gifts. Actually, they do this every year, but they're super popular. I call them alt popular because they're ugly Christmas sweaters, and they've got really silly sayings like Santa peeing his name in the snow, or they just have Christmas lights on and they say "Get lit," So just really silly stuff. Some of it we probably shouldn't even talk about, even on a podcast.
Well, I don't know. You were telling me earlier about this deal at Dick's, these portable duck blinds.
Yeah, so that's always my favorite. But my idea for the portable duck blind, if you work in an open office space and you want some privacy, just put it right over your desk.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and you might as well, take advantage of all the camouflage stuff they have on sale too. So then, your coworkers won't even see you as you walk by.
Yeah, in an office setting, nobody will know anything's up.
Yeah, and you can pick one of those up for like $40. I mean, they're not super expensive. So, you were talking about inflatables. This is one of my favorites. So Bass Pro Shop has two great ones. They have two snowmen sitting by a campfire, which is pretty funny. And that blows up. It's pretty good size too. It's about 7 feet wide, and it probably looks fairly realistic. But the even better one is a bass tracker boat with Santa standing up in the boat holding his fish.
You're kidding me, really?
I think that one's pretty cool. I might have to get that.
How do you pronounce it? Hummaker Schemmler?
Hummaker Schlemmer.
Yeah, they're the ones that had the blow-up hot tub. Weren't they the ones that had that?
Well, the blow-up hot tub has become pretty popular, and it's actually in the Black Friday ads this year, and the price has come down. It's only like $200, I think, at Walmart.
That's great.
That's not a bad, I mean, if you want to just blow up a hot tub and turn it on for the weekend, that's not a bad deal.
No, that's fantastic. But
the Hummaker Schlemmer deal was 18-foot tall Frosty the Snowman.
There you go.
And it's got a internal kaleidoscope projector. So after you have a few Christmas toddies, you can just walk out in the yard and zone out on your Frosty.
I can imagine that's exactly what's going to happen to the Sheldon house this holiday season, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's only going to set me back $400. So
yeah, big deal. That's for guys like you, man. That's nothing.
Neighbors will just be. They'll all be pulled up too. I'll have to serve them homebrew.
Let's head into the realm of big doorbuster deals. What kind of cool doorbuster deals are people looking at this year?
Well, some of the better doorbuster deals this year are going to be for wearables. There's a new Apple Watch that's out. And then obviously we've got the 4K technology that's coinciding with all the virtual reality headsets, which prices have come way down. You can pick up some like the HTC, their pro version of virtual reality has come down under $400. And it started out at $800. So that's a pretty good, sweet deal.
Nice. What about for we talked a little bit about outdoorsmen, but any hot stuff for the outdoors this year?
Kind of outdoors for kids. One of the coolest things that's happening, those electric cars that the kids ride around in?
Yes.
Yeah, well, they're getting way cooler now. They've got a Mini Cooper. They've got a 2-seater Mustang, and that thing is tricked out, man. It looks really awesome. Both of those are half price at Shopko, and they're also coming with 12-volt batteries in now, so they move pretty good. They probably should come with seat belts. Chevy Silverado Z71 four-wheel drive toy for a kid to ride around the yard. And then I saw a 2-seater John Deere Gator, which is like those big four-wheel drives, that you ride around your property for those of us that have ranches and want to go check on the cattle. Well, now the kids can do it in their little car.
That's good. Have the kids do it. And that Chevy Silverado is at Bass Pro Shops, and the John Deere Gator is at where? That's at
Walmart.
It's at Walmart. Awesome.
Yeah, $300. Another thing for outdoors, people don't really think of as a doorbuster would be snowblowers.
Oh.
And snow removal equipment. Sears has a couple of 2-stage models. You can save up to $500 on one of their top of the line. I think it's Craftsman. And then I know Lowe's and Menards will have snowblowers on sale too. And it's just something you kind of overlook. But if you're in the market for it, wait till Black Friday. You're going to save some money on that.
You say clothing-wise, this is a great time to buy warm weather activewear.
Yeah, it is. And a lot of times these end up being doorbusters like on Cabela's, Bass Pro Shop, Dick's Sporting Goods. They're a big draw. People love them because this time of year we're all thinking about being warm. So for fleece, full, and half zips, flannels, hoodies, most of those you can score right around 50% off. A lot of times it's buy one, get one free. So you can get one for both your kids. And then the top brands like Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, North Face. So it's a really good investment.
Now, as I said when I introduced you, the place to find all these deals is at bfads.net. And it's funny because I first went to bfads.com, which is not the same thing at all, but bfads.net, and people will find all these and more there, right? What's bfads.net all about?
Yeah, well, the great thing about bfads.net is we're one of the original Black Friday ad leakers that back in the day used to make headlines because Walmart would send you a takedown notice or take you to court. I used to work for a company called Fat Wallet, which is associated with BF Ads, and they actually beat Walmart in court about 12 years ago, and that made national headlines. So basically what BF Ads does is they collect all of these different ads, whether they're getting leaked or sometimes the retailers want us to leak them now because we've got hordes of traffic coming to check it out. But what's great about it is it's kind of a one-stop. Rather than having to go from store to store to store to store online, you can go to this one resource and really get a full glimpse of what's going on Black Friday. It's going to save you a lot of time. You'll be able to compare. We've got several experts that write buying guides that can really help you, save thousands of dollars depending on how much money you plan to spend.
Awesome. And I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, you brought a lot of deals. And there's some that I've been on the site. There's tons more deals that we could talk about at BF Ads. But what should people be wary about, Brent, when you're shopping this Black Friday? There's got to be some ugliness out there that we should probably stay away from. What would that be?
Yeah, it's easy to get kind of boiled up in the hype. You see advertisements like lowest price of the year, which might be true, but keep in mind that a lot of these products, especially like those doorbuster 4K TVs, those are made special for Black Friday for the retailers. That's why they're so hard to go compare prices with another model number because it just doesn't exist. Right, the model number for Amazon is different than the model number for Best Buy, which is different than the model number for Walmart. So what you really want to do, no matter what you're buying, is tap into a really good resource, like bfads.net, of course. I work for them. There's another one that I like a lot, slickdeals.net. I'm sure a lot of your listeners have heard of them.
Right.
They got savvy deal hunters that can really vet out the stuff that really isn't a good deal.
Awesome. And I'll link to all those in our show notes at stackingbenjamins.com. Man, great job again, as always, Brent. And hopefully it's not going to be another year till I see you again.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll probably be coming to FinCon next year, so I'll catch up with you.
Fantastic. Yeah. Thanks for hanging out for a little bit.
All right. Well, thanks for having me. Stacking Benjamins. I'll make sure that I tell everyone that's where you go to save money on almost everything, right?
Yeah. Well, and that would be a lie, except when you're on. But there you go.
All right. Well, thank you. And yeah, thanks for having the basement. Looks good.
Thanks, man.
Hey, money fans, I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug, and welcome to my trivia. Have a seat, put your feet up, and just CTFO, baby. Chill those feet off. Yeah, that's better. Hey, that was a great conversation with Brent, wasn't it? If anyone got as excited as I did about all the holiday deals, Black Friday is going to be crazy. I should do something to prepare. I'll get moving, but first, how about some trivia? Here's your question. How much money does the National Retail Federation expect the average shopper to spend this holiday season? I'll have your answer right after the break.
Down here in the basement, we only like to partner with companies we're proud to put our name behind. So we're excited to announce our newest sponsor to the Stacking Benjamins show, M1 Finance. Recently sat down with Brian Barnes, CEO and founder, and asked him what makes M1 Finance unique.
M1 is one of the only automated investing platforms that allows you to customize the portfolio that you invest in. It creates a lot more engagement and fun in investing while still being easy and low cost.
Anybody who's tried online investing tools or used to compromises, do you pick a traditional self-directed brokerage that hits you with commissions at every trade, or an automated machine makes you hand over the reins? Don't compromise. Scratch out commissions at every turn, take back control of your own portfolio, and take advantage of the uniqueness that's M1 Finance. Takes minutes to sign up. Start by heading over to stackingbenjamins.com/M1 Finance. M1 Finance, be invested. Disclaimer, by the way, both Cheryl, my spouse, and I use M1 Finance. It works for us, but you need to do your own homework. We've teamed up with HelloFresh, and they're offering everyone in our audience $30 off your first week of deliveries when you head to HelloFresh.com and use the offer code STACKING30. Here's what I like. You choose a delivery date that works for you, and you can pause it. We're headed out of town for a couple of weeks, OG, and we can pause it and start it right back up when we get back into town. They offer a wide variety of chef-curated recipes that change every week. In fact, last week, we had the classic beef chili, which was absolutely outstanding. And what's cool about these recipes, I wouldn't have put the stuff in the chili that they put in. So when I make chili on my own, I'm learning all the time from HelloFresh. But the good news is you won't spend all night in the kitchen because the recipes only take about 30 minutes, and you can feel confident with the recipes outlined and pictured step-by-step instruction cards. And that's what guys like OG and I need. Step-by-step instruction cards. Head to HelloFresh.com and use the code STACKING30 to get $30 off your first week of deliveries.
Welcome back, money fans. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug. Over the break, I decided it's time to apply for some online deals, so I'm ordering a new credit card. That's a great idea. Since my credit score is 47 out of 50, it's amazing. I can smell the deals from here. And speaking of expensive toys, here was your trivia question. How much money does the National Retail Federation expect the average shopper to spend this holiday season? The answer? $967.13 per shopper. Whoa! I'm already behind. I got to get started. See ya.
Well, you were halfway there.
I guess I'm a Scrooge.
You are totally a Scrooge. What's up with the $450?
Yeah.
And
those $10 Outback Steakhouse gift cards, they come in handy. Like when you want to bloom an onion.
I do have to tell you, I mean, I love what Brent had to say and some really cool deals, but you know what? Some of the best holiday seasons I had were when we skimped on the gifts.
Yeah, you say that. And that's not true for me. Ever.
More equals.
Those are kind of the worst ones for me.
More equals
hey,
better.
I didn't get you anything because it's little tight. It's like, great. Just wait another year for presents.
Thanks. Hey, let's throw out the Haven Lifeline. Tackle some of life's, or rather life insurance's most important questions. Head to stackingbenjamins.com/Haven Life for more on them. Today we're throwing out the Haven Lifeline to our new friend, Dave from SoCal. Say hello, Dave.
Good morning, OG and Joe. Top billing goes to OG. I like 100% stock investment myself. This question is regarding 529 plans. I am a 55-year-old divorcee, single, with minimal expenses. I knock down between 80 and 90K a year. I have a pension at work, but alas, no 401k. I put $6,500 in a Roth and $6,500 in a after-tax brokerage. I want to jack up my retirement savings, another $5 or $10 grand, and utilize it later in life. My goal is to open a 529 plan as myself as a beneficiary. Later on down the road, use those as educational expenses, but fun ones like a cruise to learn woodworking or accounting or welding. You get the idea. What do you think? And Doug, thanks for the coupons at Sizzler. But next time, check the expiration date, dude. Later.
That's so Doug. So 529 plans, OG. Dave wants to. It sounds like Dave wants to do 529 plans, but use them for classes on cruises. So he's got his room and board, right? And he's got the course. Can you do that?
I'm going to say a strong probably not. Education expenses to be qualified for distribution from a 529 have to be qualified education expenses. And the IRS lists off the terminology of what that means on their website. But suffice it to say, it's got to be from a program leading toward a degree. Sometimes they call them Title IX schools, right? So it's got to be like a school that kind of adheres to regular higher education standards and that sort of thing. So I think your woodworking plan on a cruise might run a little afoul of those rules. I like the initiative. Taking Spanish class at the community college, totally you can do that, right? Maybe even woodworking at the community college, probably. Taking that trip on a cruise? Yeah, I don't think so.
I would definitely ask the people putting on the cruise if it's eligible for 529 money.
I think he's being a little facetious. I don't think that there's really a woodworking cruise.
Well,
do you think?
They have cruises. They have cruises for all different things. In fact, it would be fun sometime to have a Stacking Benjamins financial planning cruise, wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Oh man, I could see how that could get ugly in a hurry. And this is how many fireball shots it takes
to manage your retirement portfolio creatively.
All stocks. So maybe he wasn't being facetious, Dave. I think that you were a little tongue in cheek there on your creative education expenses. I'm going to give you a solid probably not on that. Good initiative. Don't think the IRS is going to sign off on that, though.
A swing and a miss. Thanks for the letter, Dave. If you would like to throw out the Haven Lifeline to you, guess what? All you got to do is head to our website, Stacking Benjamins, and at the top of that, it says questions. We will throw out the Haven Lifeline to you. You can also write us a letter, and our new friend Nancy did that. She says, my husband and I have approximately $35,000 in credit card debt to pay off. We're both in our 50s, me late 50s, like 59, she says. I'm saving 25% of my income in my 401k, and he's saving only 7%. I earn way less than he does. Should I stop saving in my 401k to pay off the debt? Our interest rates are 13% on $6,500 and 9% on the rest. Don't have a lot saved around $100,000. I'm not sure how much he has. We have one child left to go to college. She'll be starting this summer. Thanks, Nancy. So, debt first or save more money?
Well, kind of the thing you glossed over there was, I don't know how much my husband has saved in his 401k. I think you probably want to know that, maybe have a little money meeting or something. Kind of hard to both of you be on the same page if you don't have all the information. I think, go ahead, sorry.
No, well, that is the big question, because I think the answer definitely depends on, are they okay? If they're okay for retirement, then there's a lot of things you can do with your money.
Yeah.
But I still think this is an interest rate issue. I can think of a couple issues, but I think if the interest rates are 13% and 9% on that credit card debt, that's like a 13% return on your money. So, I think that's a layup. Pay that puppy down.
Absolutely. And the other thing I would add to that is try to find a way to get that interest rate lowered. Maybe the bank will have a personal loan. Magnify Money is a great place to check out those lower interest balance transfer cards. You can combine the strategy of aggressively paying it off while also having a really low interest and kind of knock this out in a year or two and be back on track. The interest rate for sure is a big issue, but I don't want credit card debt going into retirement.
No, and remember also, don't back it down completely, especially if you get a match on your 401k, because then you're giving away free money. So beware of that. The other thing is this: a lot of people, when I was a financial planner that had credit card debt, some of that, you try to pay down that debt, but then you go and you take out new debt. So don't just grasp at the leaves of the situation, right? The leaves on the tree by paying down the debt. If you're still using the credit card, that could be the problem. And so take care of the habits that created that credit card debt in the first place, and you'll be much, much happier. Thanks for the question, Nancy. You got a question for the show? Send those to me, Joe at stackingbenjamins.com, or once again, go to the Stacking Benjamins website and click the questions button, and you'll have the Haven Lifeline spot to ask us questions, all the above. Hey, late here in the year, OG is taking clients, and if you're worried about Black Friday and spending, you should maybe also be worried about your plan. StackingBenjamins.com/OG to get on OG's calendar to see what it would take to get him in your corner. Thanks also to everybody who leaves a review of this year's show. Man, some of the reviews we get just absolutely crack me up. This one comes to us from B. Haynes 112358. Who names their kid B. Haynes 112358? What a horrible moniker to walk around with. I can't imagine.
It's hard to sign your name on a check.
I know. Says, my favorite money podcast, 5 stars. This one's going on Mom's fridge. A very enjoyable show. By far the best source of Texarkana Sizzler gossip on the internet. It totally is. Totally agree with that. Thanks for the review. If you could take a second to tell people about the Stacking Benjamin show, we appreciate it. That's going to do it, man, for today. On Wednesday, continuing our Black Friday week, what hot holiday tech can you look forward to? Bridget Carey from CNET coming down to the basement on Wednesday. And then on Friday of this week, we go live to my favorite nerd conference, BoardGameGeek.com, where I interview Mark Johnson, who is not just one of the longest running board game podcasts called Board Games to Go, one of the first podcast ever. I think he's in like the first 100 podcasts. Mark Johnson going to tell us about board games, about money and finance. And we also got some questions from some people in our Facebook group, The Basement, that have some great questions about board games that we'll ask him. Like if you're buying games for the holidays or bringing them to have some low cost fun with the family over the holidays, Mark Johnson's here on Friday. So great week coming up. Doug, take it from here. What should we have learned?
Yeah, Joe, seriously, get out of here. You got to go. Make sure you can elbow people out of the way over at the Cat Fancy Warehouse. I'll take over from here. Hey, folks, here's what you should have learned today. First, take some advice from Brent Shelton. Have a plan before you go out this week shopping and stick to it. Stores have a plan for you. Arm yourself with some good deals and stay focused. Eyes on the prize, people. Eyes on the prize. Second, take some advice from Yaron Ben-Zvi. The best way to score a discount on insurance? Stay fit and order insurance when you're young. providing you need it, of course. But the big lesson? Don't apply for credit cards when your credit score is 47. Apparently, that number's too high for traditional credit. I guess time to hit up Joe's mom for a loan. Luckily, she only charges 35% interest, compounding every 15 minutes. That sounds like a bargain. Special thanks to Brent Shelton. You can stay up to date with all the latest Black Friday deals at bfads.net or through our show notes at stackingbenjamins.com. Thanks also to Yaron Ben-Zvi for stopping by. You'll find out more about Haven Life at stackingbenjamins.com/Haven Life. This show was created by Joe Salsihai, produced by Richie Rutter-Reese, and engineered by the amazing Steve Stewart. Kathleen Selmans handles design, newsletter, and classroom opportunities. If you'd like to learn more, head to stackingbenjamins.com/classes. Online, visit us on Twitter at @SBenjaminsCast or on our Facebook page. Shannon Cowan is our community manager and social media guru. I'm Joe's mom's neighbor, Doug, and there's a 73% chance that I played Chuck on Happy Days. SB Podcasts may receive payment on the show from sponsors and guests in the form of books, giveaway items, discounts, or other remuneration. There's no way you would take advice from these dorks, but like Joe's mom always says, don't take advice from people you don't know. This show is for entertainment purposes only, and before making any financial moves, consult with a real financial advisor.
I see you're wearing a Disney shirt today.
Sweatshirt, because it's freaking cold out.
I canceled our trip to Disney. We just were going over the budget for 2018. And
the one that you texted me about, you're like, I got such a great price. Hey.
No. That's,
you're like, no, that one I'm doing.
There's actually a different side of the story. I canceled a trip to Disney. We were going to run not the Goofy, but we were going to do what's called the Dopey, where you run the 5K, the 10K, the half marathon, the marathon. We were going to run that. No, that wasn't why we canceled. We actually canceled well ahead of any announcements about the races, just because going over the budget, we want to take this big trip to Germany next fall. So we had to axe the Disney trip because
Oktoberfest?
It was like 16 bags of money. No, we're actually going to go just before Oktoberfest. We're going to help them ring it in earlier in the year. But then I got asked to speak at a conference called Podfest, and I have to do a roast. I've never done a roast before. We're roasting.
Oh, it's so easy. I watched an episode on Pioneer Woman on how to do it. It's you take this hunk of meat. Usually it helps to have some red wine in the house because you kind of deglaze the pan with some red wine. Really, the key is low and slow.
Do you do that before everybody?
I deglaze everybody in wine.
Do you do it in front of everybody? I mean, before everybody. Where did that come from?
Before anybody comes over, I deglaze myself in wine.
Heretofore.
They're unto pertaining.
I don't know where that came from. But anyway, and that's in Orlando. So now I'm going to go to Disney.
So you're going to go anyway. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just going to go for one day. I'm going to go see the Animal Kingdom. But I actually didn't want to talk about that today, but that came up when I just finally noticed Mickey Mouse on your shirt. But
so out of all the days you're going to Disney for one day, you're going to go to Animal Kingdom.
Yeah, because I haven't been to the new Pandora thing.
Huh. Okay.
What would you do?
Not Animal Kingdom.
Oh, but the whole new Avatar land, I got to go see that. One
day, and I'm going to go to Animal Kingdom?
I'm going to Animal Kingdom.
Definitely. Magic Kingdom or the new Star Wars deal.
Well, the new Star Wars deal's not even open yet. What are you going to do, climb the fence?
Well, I can look at it through the little drawings they have on the little panels outside what they're making.
You'll go all the way to Disney so you can look at the panels.
Better than going to Animal Kingdom.
Guess what? I've been watching some TV lately, and I watched season 2. I'm on the last episode of season 2 of this little series called Stranger Things.
We gotta do this? Let's engage.
Hey guys, do you see the... Will? Are you okay?
And it appears that Will is seeing monsters, OG. We thought we got rid of all the monsters in season 1 of Stranger Things, but they are back. And, of course, they go after Will. Will's mom is played by Winona Ryder, and this might be... This is the first time I don't really see Winona Ryder. I see just the character. She's so good in this. Paul Reiser is here in season 2. Sean Astin, who, of course, was Rudy. Remember Rudy?
Oh, yeah. Long time ago.
He's in it as Winona Ryder's boyfriend, Bob, is in this. And, of course, all the little kids are back. So season 2 has been every bit as good as season 1, man. I absolutely love this. If you're looking for 1980s campy, fun, a little bit scary, probably, not for, I'm going to say 12, 13, or under. But generally just a fun romp of a show. I was so excited when it came out, and season 2 has not disappointed at all. Can't wait to watch. I'm watching the final episode tonight. And if the final episode is as good as the first 9 episodes were, I think it's a 10-episode season. It's very good. You haven't watched Stranger Things at all, have you?
No.
Man, it is so good. And there's a reason why so many people watch it. And I have a friend that just started watching. He's like, yeah, I just thought it was hype, so I started watching it. And I said, what do you think? He said, it's amazing. It's so good. It's great TV. Stranger Things, season 1 and season 2, big thumb up if you haven't seen it. If you like the 1980s stuff, and if you enjoy it's slightly scary. It's like the X-Files meets campy meets 1980s.
What if those 3 things you have no interest in whatsoever?
You have no interest in any of the 3?
No. Then a hard pass?
Yeah, maybe you watch one episode.
How many machine guns are in it?
There's guns. There's a lot of guns. And they're beating on the monsters.
Okay. Well, there's some redeeming qualities on it then.
Maybe.
How about tactical nukes?
No.
Fighter jets?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. FBI guys. Guys from some agency that are trying to cover up the truth.
Ooh, okay. So it's a little X-Files-y then.
It is a little X-Files-y, yeah.
Okay.
But way campier than the X-Files.
I gotcha.
So Stranger Things, big thumb up, even for you, OG. I seriously think you'd like it.
We'll never know.